So apparently this week, a lot of things boiled over in the CN community of Arknights. Arknights, it has its slew of own problems. It is not a perfect game by any metric, and complaints and criticisms have boiled over this week with the release of the new CC season. According to Arknights CN Info Dump, he is one of our resident translators of whatever's been going on in the CN scene of Arknights. Arknights CN is facing backlash currently from the new Contingency Contract. The old and new shop currency are not interchangeable, so new players can't get old skins, operators, and tokens, while old players cannot use leftover currencies. So things are boiling over with a bunch of old and new complaints about the game, and it has actually affected Arknights' rating on Chinese app sites. There are no tokens, no yellow certs, gifted ops are small cups, whatever that means. The limited operators are 300 wells. Wow, it almost seems like I wasn't pulling this problem out of my ass. It's actually a real problem that other people see. Fancy that. Values are inflated, stats are inflated with the new CC mode. It's basically a rerun, a reskin of Pinch Out, which has been controversial because of its inflated stats. We'll get to more of that later. Meat pigeons do not rise directly. I think this is supposed to be referring to IS. The plot is delayed, modules are random. There are complaints that modules aren't created equally. Like some 6-star modules do absolutely nothing, while some modules actually break operators and make them so much more powerful. Module blocks are not provided, probably going to criticisms on SSS and how much of a chore it is to do every month. Strength of operators is unbalanced, yeah, pretty straightforward. There's no sweep. I don't know what they mean about that. Do they just want to skip automatic farming in normal stages outside of annihilation modes? Lean Chan cannot be skipped, don't know what that means. Surroundings are pulpy, quality control is poor, and the vertical painting is blurry, so that's probably dealing with a bunch of the new art. Dynamics are ugly, really. Some people find some of the dynamics ugly. Right. So, things are boiling over in the CN scene. Players are also complaining of the lack of royal tokens from the new CC shop and no more new tokens from IS and Red Cert shop. But in general, for the average player, they won't feel this, but I do understand that. Having a nice little reward of tokens in these shops were a nice thing to have, and just having them get taken away for no discernible reason feels bad. So I understand that. Moreover, half-anniversary event welfare 6-star operators being underwhelming while the dupes do not give yellow certs on rerun. Yeah, so people are complaining that some of the new welfare operators like Silence Altar and then what other welfare 6-stars are we about to get in the next few months? They're a bit underwhelming, but I think that's within the context of we are in year 4 of Arknights. We have so many hard-hitting DPS operators like Chen, like Mjolnir, like all of the new altars. It kind of makes a balanced operator look bad in comparison. So that's a thing. Dupes not giving yellow certs on rerun. Yellow certs on reruns have always been a big thing for us. It's just a little something for people that have finished old events. They do help out in catching new players up in grabbing shop operators with the yellow certs, so I can see why this is a valid complaint. There are also complaints that the new CC is much harder than the previous ones, and players would need a full team of 6 stars just to clear a score of 620 or the equivalent of Risk 18. This also goes back to the whole notion of we have so many strong new operators nowadays, and the game is not designed in the same way that it was designed a year or two ago. A lot of the new encounters are designed with either damage reduction or stat inflation in mind. They are designed with specific solutions in mind, and if you don't have those solutions as a mid-game account, it feels bad. It feels like you hit a brick wall because there's a damage check. CC, comparatively doable at Risk 18 for most average Arknights players. If you've been playing, if you've been building your account, if you just had a couple 6 stars that you'd work with, you could grab one overpowered Year 4 operators from the support. It's been doable at Risk 18. But nowadays, it looks like the next season of CC is way more difficult than, I don't know, maybe it's intended? For sure, it's probably some way to compensate for the extreme strength current operators that we have now. So, there's that. Yeah, the backlash of all of this has actually made a tangible effect on Hypergriff. Thank our CN bros, because the average rating for the past 7 days on is this Billy? For Arknights has been 4.4 out of 10. Wow, look at them 1 stars. So the summary of the issues from Ling, who is another one of our resident translators. Summary of the issues, and also from Arknights story log. There are no more tokens from IS and Voucher Shop. We already talked about that. The office shop contents in the new CC, they actually increased the prices of rewards that we would have gotten from previous CC seasons, and now they're arbitrarily more expensive now. Items in the old CC shop can't be bought with new CC currency. They actually address this because of all the backlash. We'll get to that later. Much harder and much more unfun CC. It's just POO all over again, and they slap the CC name onto it. Once again, controversial game mode of POO. That is a funny acronym. Why did they do that? Are they stupid? So yeah, POO, controversial among the sweats. It is boiling over to the average to mid-game players in how the current difficulty design of the new CC modes are handled. Underwhelming half anniversary free 6 stars, while dupes don't give yellow certs anymore. We talked about that. Base being in beta after 4.5 years. Yeah, that's just a meme now. We don't know if base will ever come out of beta. I'd like to see them expand the base mode, because I think it's probably about time to increase the rate of acquisition of our XP and LMD from the base. Arknights has so many characters now, and the current base cannot keep up with everything that you want to level up if mid-game players do not have strong enough operators to handle the new difficulty that current game modes are offering. Increasing the rate of LMD and XP generation in our base will actually help people out in catching up their operators to have more tools in their toolbox to face these game modes. Modules, once again, boiling over because some modules are not created equal. Some basic functions being ignored after 4+ years, the limited spark system. I'm not the only one complaining about this. Other people see the problem. Whale, shut the fuck up. Keep your gambling addict opinions to yourselves while we try to address issues in this game and make it better for everyone. So HG being stingy with their gifts, HG spending on out-of-game things instead of improving the game, I think that's more of a perception issue. If Arknights was in a good state, people wouldn't have a problem with Hypergriff spending excess funding on other ventures like the anime, like Enfield, like their marketing, but people are not happy with current Arknights as of the moment with the new CC. Basically, all the common complaints are finally spilling over, and in response, Hypergriff CN announced adjustment that they're adding every item from previous CC shop to the new CC shop with converted currency. Yeah, CN bros made them kneel, but as we're going to see, they didn't kneel that far onto the ground. Apparently, the new CC shop, it doesn't include some of the furniture that the old CC shop had, and they tripled the prices on the old skins for some reason. I think they still missed with that one. Things are bound to change. I don't know how flexible Hypergriff is with placating the community. They definitely need to step up now. Will they stop only at placating the CC token complainers? Or will they address every single other complaint that we've had with the game surrounding all of these? Yeah, time will tell whether Hypergriff can actually address these issues in a pro-consumer way. I'm also just gonna say, I've heard from anecdotal opinions from Chinese translators that the translation of Arknights is actually kinda garbage. It's kinda garbage. Not in the, oh, they have bad grammar kinda sense. No, in more of a, they don't get to properly translate the true meaning and vibe of the actual Chinese text to English. It's kind of impressive, not gonna lie, that we got parasocial over a bunch of badly translated work. I guess that's testament to how good the narrative beats of Arknights are. The actual textual things, like the dialogue that's being said in the actual translations, apparently it's really bad, with not properly translating and localizing the voice of what the original Chinese writer intended to say. I just want to imagine an era where Arknights EN gets the same quality of story that Arknights CN has. I mean, who knows what else we might have missed? Like, what sorts of contexts that we missed on EN just because of the language barrier and the game of telephone that bad translators have had in this game? And that's kind of maddening for me as a story enjoyer. I don't know what's up with Hypergriff. Surely they could hire better translators for their cash cow of an IP. That's been a short discussion of everything that's been going on this week, with complaints boiling over in the CN Arknights community. It's not really drama, it's more of backlash. Drama is inconsequential. Backlash is when a company has a product and the consumers of that product are not satisfied with that product. They got backlash. Let's say it for what it is. There is backlash for Hypergriff putting out a subpar product in the current live service of Arknights. Hopefully we don't stray away from that reality and approach Arknights in a more criticism-constructive way. So there's that. If you friendos have your own comments, your own opinions on whatever's been going on in the CN Arknights community, please do feel free to comment down below. Once again, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you all next time for some more Arknights content. Bye-bye.